Hi, my name is Joel Comiskey. And it's amazing how much time Jesus spent preparing his disciples. In the book of Mark, we see that Jesus spent like 49% of his time with the disciples in comparison with 51% of his time with the public, with the multitudes. Because Jesus had a clear focus in mind, and that was to prepare disciples who would change the world. And as I've studied cell churches around the world, I've noticed that they had the same focus: make disciples. And they did that through the cell group, through gathering those cells together and preaching the word on Sunday, and also coaching or supervising each cell leader. But there was another aspect that I'd like to talk to you today about, and that is training. Each of these cell churches had a specific training track, and they were called by different names: School of Leaders, Training Track. I like to use the word discipleship equipping to include discipleship in it. But they would last anywhere from 4 months to a year, and the focus was very clear: make disciples. There was a beginning point and there was an ending point. And I'd like to share with you today about some of these equipping tracks that I thought were very good. And one of those training tracks I'd like to share with you is Ralph Naber's training. Ralph Naber, I would consider to be the guru of small group ministry. He's 94 years old, still ministering, and he has an equipping that lasts for 1 year. In fact, I have many of his books on my website free of charge that you can just download. But a person needs to be in a cell group, then they go through one book after another. There's a combination of one-on-one and spiritual retreats. It's an excellent training. And then Little Falls Christian Center asked permission of Ralph Naber to take his training and reduce it into 4 months. Instead of 1 year, 4 months. And it has some of the same DNA of Ralph Naber's. I also have that on my website free of charge. That's a great training. Bethany World Prayer Center. When I first studied Bethany in 1996, their training was in the form of a baseball diamond. But again, clarity and simplicity was one important factor in their equipping back in 1996. Now, I always tell churches and pastors to take the material of somebody else, adapt it to your own situation, your own doctrine, and make it your own. Eventually, you'll prepare your own equipping. And that's what I've done in my own equipping track. My equipping lasts for 9 months. Each book is 8 weeks. And, I've just adapted. I've taken training from other people like Ralph Naber, and I've made it my own. And so I've fulfilled what I tell other churches to do as well. Again, the key difference in these training was clarity. There was a place to begin, there was a place to end. The education in many churches is unending. It's just one Sunday school class after the other. But there's a big difference between education and training. Education is over a lifetime, and we always need to receive more education. But training has a specific purpose for a specific time period. Now, in my book, Leadership Explosion, by the way, there's an updated version in 2022 of Leadership Explosion, I explain these training tracks around the world and the key principles of these training tracks. My prayer is that God would help you to make disciples who make disciples and equip them well for future leadership. God bless you. If you like this video, please click on like and subscribe to our channel, but also check out the resources on our website.